everyone, this is the BoardGameSwede and we're still playing Eldritch Horror. So last time a few bad things happened. We got hallucinations and paranoia and hunger and poison and whatever. We're full of conditions right now. And we also got these two rumors going on, where we lose clues, or if we don't, we advance doom. And if we don't basically solve one of them this time, all the clues will disappear, and that's pretty bad because there are quite a lot of them on the board. But I've figured out a way to solve this, hopefully. So we'll start with Mark Harrigan here on space 21. So his special action is you and one monster on your space each lose 1 health. So the TikTok Men epic monster only has 1 health left, so Mark will lose 1 health and he will defeat the TikTok Men. So, see here, they are defeated, and that means that this rumor is actually solved. So we won't have to discard any clue tokens from anywhere. Great. At least that's over. And then he has 1 action left. So he will perform a rest action to regain 1 sanity and also 1 stamina. So now he's back to full stamina and almost full sanity. And when he does this rest action, or wait, we can't actually restore anything, or we just lost this, I think. That was weird. Yeah, well, we lost this, and instead, well, we're gonna do the hunger condition first. So we're gonna roll a die, and on a 4, 5, or 6 we get rid of the hunger. And of course we don't. Then we have to flip the poison card, and it says medical assistance. The poison has now spread and none of your supplies have been of any use. You'll have to find a well-supplied medical professional in the city. If you are on a city space, test influence -1, and he is not. So if you fail, well, I'm not on a city, so I guess this doesn't happen at all. So never mind. That was just terrible. He does nothing, but at least he killed the... I think he should have 1 less stamina here, though. Something went wrong somewhere. So he will lose 1 stamina. Something went wrong. I don't know what I did. But hopefully now it's corrected. So then it's Patricia. So she will move... I think she'll move towards this gate 1 space, and then she will do this action for the banishment spell. Test test lore +2. If you pass, discard 1 monster in the nearest space containing a gate with toughness equal to or less than your test result. And this thing gives us +3 to spell effects, so we got +5 actually. So 8 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how much toughness does this spiky have? 2. So we have to get at least 2 successes on these dice. Let's roll them and see what happens. And we got 1, 2, Only 2 successes, but it's enough, so we defeat this Bayaki. And we won't have to do anything. That's one problem out of the way. And then it's Akashi. So I think she will move 1 space over here to Alaska. And then she will rest. So she regains 1 stamina and 1 sanity. And she also gets to roll a die for her hallucinations. So if we roll a 5 or 6, we get rid of it. And it's a 5, so we lose the hallucinations. At least something. We're on the right track. And then, oh, you're right, we also have to flip this card for her, for Patricia. I forgot that. So we had 2 successes. And a vision of creatures from alien worlds rack your mind. Lose 1 sanity. So she actually lost 1 sanity doing that spell. But that's okay though. And that was Akashi's actions. And then we have Norman Withers. And he can only do this detained condition. So he will test influence, and sadly he only has 1 die, so we have to roll a 5 or 6 to get rid of that thing. And it's a 3, so that didn't work. So I guess we can't do anything. And now we go to the encounter phase. So first we have Mark Harrigan in a generic wilderness space. So it says, past where your campfire allows you to see, you hear voices chanting. You try to draw a protective sigil on the ground, test lore, and he only has 1 die. So he actually succeeded. So if you pass, the next morning you find evidence of occult activity that you can use to identify the cult members. Gain 1 clue or improve influence. I guess I might as well grab a clue. I think it's better. So yes, 1 clue. Then we go to Patricia, who's in a generic city. Nothing under her, I guess. No, nothing. To find the city's legendary magic shop requires knowledge of the ley lines. So lore -1. So 2 dice. And she succeeds. So, if you pass, the owner will sell you only a single curio. Gain 1 random magical asset from the deck. Okay. So we will get 1 magical asset. Yes, so finally we found it. She got the holy water. So that's pretty good. You can actually get blessed by that, so maybe we'll do that sometime soon. And then we have Akashi, who's gonna have a research encounter in a city, I think. Yeah, city. It says, you search the shelves of the dusty bookstore for the rumored tome. Test observation. So she has 2 observation. And she succeeds. 1 6 is enough. If you pass, you discover the tome and find it contains information about the court of Azathoth. Discard 1 Eldritch token from the omen track. Huh. Didn't know that existed, so we lost 1 Eldritch token there. It's good. Great. No clue, but still an improvement from what it was before. And then we have Norman, who has to do the detain condition here. It says, cruel and unusual. Your captors are going to subject you to vicious tactics designed to break your will if you do not give them the information they require. Spend 1 clue or test will -1. Well, he has 4 will, so 3 dice. Yeah, let's do that. So we do 3 dice to test the will. And of course we fail, so he will... But then again, he already has a paranoia condition, so he can't get paranoid more than he already is. But he loses 3 sanity. Holy crap. So that's it for him. He only has 1 sanity left. He really needs to heal. At least he's not detained anymore. And then we have the Mythos phase. Let's see here. We have another horrible one. So we move the Omen track here to the blue area. We have no blue gates. Nope, only a green one. And then we will have reckoning effects for monsters. There are none. Then there are the ancient one, which has no reckon effect, and then it's the rumor, which we don't have. I don't want to spend any clues to resolve that. So it says advance doom by 1 unless investigators as a group spend clues equal to half. So we will advance doom by 1, so it's down to 10. Then it says if investigator did not spend the clues, discard the top card of the expedition deck and move the crawling chaos epic monster to the active expedition space. So we will grab the deck here, we will discard this top one, and now it moves to the heart of Africa. So now that's where the crawling one is. And then we have to do the conditions here. So Mark Harrigan is poisoned, so he loses 1 stamina. He also has the hunger condition, so he has to test will. He has 4 will. Pretty good still. And he fails, of course. So I guess we'll see what happens now. The thirst. Your desires constantly weigh on your mind, driving you to drink to calm your nerves. In your drunken state, you lose track of time and all sense of duty, abandoning your cause and your friends. Discard half of your possessions. Then flip this card. Okay. So we have 4 possessions, so we will lose the revolver and the kerosene, because we have the automatic and the carbon rifle, so it's not too bad, at least. But we lost a few items, which we could have given to someone else, but now it's too late. And Patricia has nothing to do, neither does Akashi. And then we have Norman, who is paranoid, so he will test will. And he succeeds. 1/6 is enough, so nothing happens. Thank God. Okay. And then we spawn a gate. Oops. So the gate will spawn in Shanghai, and it will contain a monster, which we will draw from this bag. And we got a Nofki. This ice goat thingy. Yep. And it says when this monster is spawned, move it to the Himalayas. So it doesn't actually spawn on Shanghai. And then we have the actual card effect. So it says impending doom. You are startled by the thump of a crow hitting the ground in front of you. Within a few moments, some unknown catastrophe causes an entire flock of crows to just fall lifeless from the sky. When you look up, there is nothing but cold stars and the baleful moon. Advanced doom for each gate on the board that corresponds to the current omen. There are none. If there are no gates on the game board corresponding to the current omen, advance the omen by 1. So this will move here to the green mark. That means this will go down 1, and then there's a green gate, so this will go down 1 more. So now we're down to 8. But that's the card. Okay, that was this turn, and we will have another one, I guess. So, we will start with Mark Harrigan again. He will first move to Sydney, and then he will rest, but he doesn't... well, we'll start with the hunger one. Hopefully lose this turn. So rolls a die. On a 4, 5, or 6, he discards the hunger card. And it's a 6, so we discard the hunger card. Then we have the poison one, so it says blah, blah, blah. The poison has spread and none of your supplies have been of any use. You'll have to find a well-supplied medical professional in the city. If you are in a city space, test influence -1. So influence -1, so 1 die. Okay, let's do this. And we got another 6. Hooray! It says if you pass, discard this card. So finally, we lose all of those conditions, at least. So that's Mark's turn. And then we will have Patricia. She will first move to Istanbul, and then she will do the action on the holy water to discard this and become blessed. Seems like a good idea. Here we go. So now we succeed, or she succeeds at on 4, 5s, and 6, in addition to just 5s and 6s. Great. And we have Akashi. She will stay there, I think. She's full on stamina, but not sanity. Guess she will try to buy something just to have something to do. So she will roll 2 dice for her influence. 1 success. She can only buy the charter flight, which isn't really that good. So I think I will just discard the fishing net. And we'll see what else comes up here. It's the hired muscle ally. So that was one of her actions. Her second action will become focused again. Then we have Norman. He will definitely rest. He's down to 1 stamina or sanity. So he will recover 1 stamina and 1 sanity. Finally. And now we can also Roll a die for his paranoia. On 5 or 6, we discard the card. And it's a 3, so we keep it. Sadly. And then he will move to this Eldritch token. Because, let's see what the mystery said again. As an encounter, an investigator on a space containing an Eldritch token may attempt to find information about Azathoth's true name. He may spend 2 clues to place that Eldritch token on this card. So that's, I guess, an automatic success on that thing. But we need the second one too, which is in the Amazons. Oh, okay. So, encounter phase. Mark Harrigan is in Sydney. Let's see what happens there. Due to a citywide shortage of supplies, shopkeepers won't even show you their wares unless you prove that you can pay top dollar. Test influence -1, so 1 die. He always gets these rolls. And he fails. Okay. If you fail, the question the wrong one. If you fail, you are roped into devious scheme, gain a debt condition. Thought we were past all of those conditions, but now here we go, and he has another one. So he will get a debt condition. Here we go, another debt. And then we have Patricia, who will enter another world. She enters Lost Carcosa. Turning the corner, you suddenly find yourself on a stage. Other actors speak their dialogue and look at you expectantly. Someone off stage passes you a script, but the text is difficult to interpret. Test lore -1. So she will use 2 dice. Hopefully solve this. And we got 2 2s, which is not good enough at all. Right. She will spend a focus. Try to re-roll 1 of the dice. And she gets a 3, which isn't good enough either. She will spend the second focus as well. And now we succeed, finally. Okay, the audience applauds of your performance and curtain falls. Close this gate. So the gate is closed. And that means she gains a clue and a focus token. And then it says you consider sticking around for the second show in hopes of picking up details you missed the first time. You may become delayed to gain 2 clues. That's almost too good to pass up. So she will become delayed and gain 2 additional clues. So now she has 3 clues all of a sudden. Great, great, great. Okay, so next up it's Norman, and he will spend his 2 clues to just place that Eldritch token on this card. And that was all his encounter. And then we have the dreaded Mythos face again. Let's see here, we have a green one. So the Omen will move on the space here to the blue thingy, and there is no blue gates, so no doom to advance. And then there's a monster search, but there are no gates, so we will spawn a gate instead. And it's in Sydney, together with Mark. Let's see what terrible monster he will face there. We've got A giant penguin. Okay. When this monster is spawned, move it to Antarctica. Okay, so he doesn't have to actually battle the penguin now. At least that's something. Then we spawn 2 clues. And this one can't spawn. So we have San Francisco up here. Oops. And then we have Arkham. Then the event. Driven to bankruptcy. Walking down the street, you are surrounded by locked doors and boarded up windows. You see only a few people striding down the sidewalk, and almost all of them avoid eye contact. Those that do look you in the eye glare at you suspiciously. Ongoing. When this card enters play, discard all cards from the reserve. Cards cannot be placed in the reserve. And when a reckoning effect happens, discard this card and place the top 4 cards of the asset deck in the reserve. So it's not too bad. Could be worse. We lost 4 cards, but none of them were that too much over the top good. They were just meh. So all in all, I found it to be a good round. So thank you all very much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye.